Have you ever noticed that some people genuinely enjoy going out alone? Eating alone, traveling alone, watching movies alone, even celebrating milestones alone. While others see it as lonely, they see it as freedom. But here's the real question. Are they lonely, or are they mentally stronger than most people? Today, we're diving deep into the psychology behind people who love being alone, and what it secretly says about their personality. First, let's clear something up. There is a huge difference between loneliness and solitude. Loneliness is painful. Solitude is powerful. Psychologists have long studied the idea that people who enjoy solitude often have high levels of emotional independence. Even researchers like Carl Jung believed that individuation, becoming your true self, requires time alone. People who go out alone are often highly selective with their energy. They don't avoid people because they can't connect. They avoid draining interactions. They would rather have 2 deep conversations than 20 shallow ones. And that's not antisocial. That's intentional living. People who are comfortable being alone tend to have strong self-awareness. They know what they like, what they don't like, what drains them, what excites them. When someone constantly needs company, it can sometimes be a distraction from their own thoughts. But those who go alone, they can sit with their own mind. They reflect, they analyze, they grow. In psychology, this connects to introversion, a concept popularized by Carl Jung, but it doesn't mean they are shy. It means they recharge internally, not externally. Think about it. When you travel alone, you choose the destination, you choose the schedule, you choose when to leave, you choose when to stay. There's no compromise. People who enjoy going alone often value autonomy very highly. In personality psychology, this relates to strong internal locus of control, meaning they believe they are responsible for their own experiences. They don't wait for others to be available. They don't postpone life. They move. Alone if necessary. Being alone in public settings can be uncomfortable at first. Eating alone in a restaurant, sitting alone at a cafe, traveling solo, it forces you to confront social anxiety. People who repeatedly do this build emotional resilience. They become less dependent on validation, less worried about being judged, less afraid of silence. And that is powerful, because once you stop fearing solitude, you stop fearing yourself. History shows that deep thinking often happens in solitude. Writers, philosophers, inventors. For example, Albert Einstein valued long periods of quiet reflection. He once said that monotony and solitude stimulate the creative mind. People who spend time alone often have richer inner dialogue, develop independent opinions, are less influenced by peer pressure. They don't just absorb ideas, they question them. Now, here's the balance. Loving solitude is healthy, but isolation is not. Humans are still social creatures. According to research from institutions like Harvard University, long-term social isolation can negatively affect mental and physical health. The key difference: choice. If someone chooses to be alone, that's empowerment. If someone feels forced into isolation, that's suffering. So what does it really mean when someone loves going alone? It usually means they are independent, they are self-aware, they are emotionally stable. They don't need constant stimulation. They are comfortable with who they are. They don't chase noise, they choose peace. And in a world addicted to attention, that might be one of the rarest traits of all. So next time you see someone sitting alone, don't assume they're lonely. They might just be strong enough to enjoy their own company. They might be thinking, healing, dreaming, or simply enjoying their own presence. In a world that constantly demands attention, noise, and validation, choosing solitude can be an act of strength, because at the end of the day, the relationship you will have for your entire life is the one you have with yourself. And learning to walk alone sometimes is how you learn to walk with confidence everywhere. If you enjoyed this deep dive into psychology, subscribe for more content about human behavior and the mind. Because understanding people starts with understanding yourself.